Hi everyone, back again. Um, this is going to be even weirder video than my usual ones because there's no plan at all, nothing written down, nothing planned what I was going to say. Plus, I look really funny with my very funky hair. I had it up in the messy bun when I went running earlier today, and that's what happens afterwards. I've been feeling a bit funny lately, more mentally than physically. Physically, I'm actually feeling great. I started running last week, a couple of weeks ago, doing couch potato to 5k, and I'm really enjoying it. For the first time in a really long time, I'm doing exercise and I'm actually enjoying it. I started running last year, but then I stopped because it started being really cold and rainy and stuff. Going back to it, I feel good. I come home, I get changed in my workout clothes, go and run, and it's lovely. It's just me and the road, or me and the seafood, I should say. So physically, I'm feeling alright. I had this good and quite short for me cycle after the last two cycles when I was really worried that they weren't. I went from having them 30 every 35 39 days to 60 and then 55 again. So I was worried that my body is just going all over the place again, and things are going wrong. But this last one came after 38 days, so it's good. Why am I talking about it? Because that's kind of why I'm feeling funny. So on Monday we have our HSG test. So I'm gonna have dye put in my my fallopian tubes to see if they blocked or not. And after the test, we will know sort of the next step of our treatment. If we're going to get a Clomid prescription, or if we're going to go to, was it laparoscopy, I think, or IVF, or all that. And I should be happy. A month and a half ago, we have our first appointment at the fertility clinic with the consultant. We discussed our options and everything. And a month ago, I felt really happy and really motivated, and I was like, finally, after all these years of knowing that something is wrong with me and not knowing what is wrong with me and not knowing if we will ever get any help, and if I will ever get pregnant, finally I felt like we're going towards the right direction, that we're looking into doing something to help me, to help us. So I was really happy and I was really motivated. I knew that I have to carry on exercising, dieting, that I have to lose a few more pounds to get my weight BMI under 30 to make sure we qualify for IVF. I'm literally, I think, a few pounds away from it, but also happy and so motivated. And now, for the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling I'm sure I'm not the only one. I hope I'm not the only one, because I might just be crazy. I've been feeling a bit funny for the last couple of weeks because I have this thing in my head that I always try to think about the worst and then have a positive surprise. I'm not one of these people who is always pumped and oh yeah, everything's gonna go, everything's going to be fine, whatever I want in life, it will happen. I'm a quite negative person when it comes to me. When it comes to everyone else and my family and friends, I'm very positive, but when it comes to me, I'm always very negative. I always expect the worst. So after a couple of weeks of thinking, okay, so we had this appointment, we're waiting for my next cycle so we can book HSG, and then we will know what we're going to do next, and if we have to go through IVF, we will go through IVF. And I was very positive. I had it all worked out in my head. And last couple of weeks, I just started having these negative thoughts, what if all this what if we keep doing all these tests and they'll find something else wrong with me? what if after all this waiting to actually see the specialist and have all these tests done, we will still end up not having children? What if we go to IVF and it's not going to happen, and then we can't afford to pay for IVF at the moment, so we really relying on this round that we can, if we qualify, get free on NHS. What if we, you know, what if we get to this point when we will do the transfer and we actually don't get pregnant? And I know it's bad, I know I shouldn't be negative, I should be positive, but I keep having all these thoughts in my head that I lived for quite a few years with this thought in my head that I will never have children. My cycles were always all over the place. I was going like literally a couple of years with no cycles at all. I gained all this weight because of my polycystic ovaries and my underactive thyroid. And I kind of I wouldn't say I was at peace with the fact that I'm not getting pregnant, I'm not getting children. But before I went to doctors, you know your own body. I knew that something was wrong. I knew that like mentally I wasn't feeling great. I knew that physically I wasn't great. I knew I was gaining all this weight and I was feeling so tired. And on top of everything, I was like, I knew that I wasn't getting pregnant. So I kind of put it in my head. It was like, I can't have children. So that's fine. I can't have children. And then I met my husband, who was the first man that I really wanted to have kids with. And I started longing for a little one. I started hoping that I will get pregnant. I started hoping that I will end up being a mum. But then nothing was happening for a long time. I didn't have cycle for like a couple of years. I didn't know what was wrong. I knew that something was wrong, but as I said in one of my previous videos, a few years ago when I went to see a GP, I was kind of dismissed that, you know, everything is fine. And then the more we were talking about it, the more I was like, well, we have to do something about it. So I went to the doctors, we did that all like blood tests and all that. So then that's when we found out that I have underactive thyroid and polycystic ovaries, and I was still thinking, you know, nothing's gonna happen. My GP said to me, we have to focus first on your health in general before we look into any fertility treatments. So so I spent like a year focusing on that, me getting my hormones in place, so to speak. So the first year I was focusing really hard on trying to lose weight and getting my hormones sorted by taking medication and all that. And I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna wait ages for appointment at the fertility clinic and with the specialist. And then we had the first appointment scheduled, and this appointment sort of did two things to me. First, gave me hope that we're on the right track, you know, they're going to do something, I'm gonna get pregnant and all this. But part of me was like, what if I'm gonna like make myself feel so positive now and so full of hope, and like think that, yeah, we'll get Clomid will work, we will get this will work, and it won't. I think what I'm trying to say is that I am so scared of getting disappointed. Like, I already put it in my head that when we go to the hospital on Monday for HSG, they will tell me that my tubes are blocked. I for some reason, I already have it in my head. And I'll be like, I believe in no expectations, no disappointments. So I'm not expecting them to be cleared, but they must be blocked, because I got my cycle back over a year ago. So I've been having my periods, we've been having intercourse, and I'm not getting pregnant. So clearly I am not ovulating. One of the reasons why I might not be ovulating is because my tubes are blocked. So I'm already thinking, so my tubes are blocked. So one of the things they might have to do, it might have to do surgery. They have to do surgery. What if I'm gonna go through all this pain and all that, and the outcome still will be negative? I still won't get pregnant. Part of me is, instead of being happy that we're getting all this help now, that we're getting all these appointments, that we're very close to being accepted for IVF, but part of me is like, what if I'm not gonna like get pregnant? I watched these YouTube videos of women struggling with infertility for much longer than I am, for 10-15 years. I see girls going through loads of runs out of IVF and still not getting the results they want, or even getting the results they want. They're getting pregnant and then something goes wrong and they lose the baby. And I see them, and see them going through this happy tears of actually seeing 2 lines on the test, and then I see them having this massive heartbreak when it turns out that something went wrong, and they lost the baby, they lost the pregnancy. And I look at them, I cry with them. Every single video I'm watching, I'm crying. Like, for last few weeks, I've been I found them a few months ago, but for the last few weeks I've been really following Phil and Alex and their journey, because obviously Alex is pregnant now, and they keep getting all these tests done, and she's getting the good news, then the bad news. So she's pregnant, and there is no yolk sac, and then now today I was at my break at work, I was watching the video and I was crying because it looks like the little one is growing. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I don't think I'm as strong as some of these women that I'm watching. Like, I don't even know how I would handle 2 lines on my pregnancy test. I think I would go absolutely crazy. So I don't know how I would handle that, but I don't know how I would handle not seeing the lines after we go through all the process you have to go through before IVF. What if I get pregnant and then there's no heartbeat? What if I get pregnant and there is no, there's something wrong? What if I lose the pregnancy? Sometimes I'm thinking, like, I know that, it's like, it's 50-50. I might, it's like with any pregnancy, you can get pregnant and have a very healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby in the end, and you can get pregnant and a million things could go wrong. And sometimes I'm thinking, should I just stop trying? Should I just accept the fact that I'll never be a mom? Because I don't know if I'll cope if we go through all this process and at the end we still won't get a baby. I know I'm just like rumbling today and doesn't make much sense, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's been in this position, feeling like this. I think I'm just scared. I think because for so long we've been waiting for any treatment, any appointment, anything, and nothing was happening. So it was like, oh, like, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just waiting for the letter from hospital and stuff. And now when we're getting closer and closer, and things are like, for a year nothing happened. I was diagnosed, I was told we have to get everything else in place before we look into your infertility. So I was like, well, nothing is happening. And now the last few months things are happening quite fast, which I know is, for some people, is still not fast enough. But we had this first appointment at the 8th of Feb. Then I have my HSG in 4 days, and then I have my second appointment at the fertility clinic, I think on the 10th of May. And that's the appointment when we're going to discuss the next options, if it's going to be a medication, surgery, IVF and all that. So things are happening fast, and I don't think I'm processing them as fast as I should. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I'm scared to be positive. I'm scared to be happy, because part of me is like so happy that we're finally on the right track. We're finally getting help that we need. But I'm scared to be happy. I'm scared to think that everything will go well when we have our test on Monday, and then we will get our chlorine prescription, and then I'll get pregnant. I'm scared to be positive. And in a way, I'm just keep thinking that something will go wrong, hoping that I will get like a positive surprise at the end of it. I want to be positive. I want to, like, everyone around me who knows what I'm going through is like, yeah, you got this appointment, you got this test on Monday, everything will go well, and even if it doesn't go well, you know what the next step is, the surgery and all that. And everyone around me is so happy and positive, and I just can't be positive. And I know it's bad, because like, you have to be positive to bring positive things. I believe in karma and all that. But I'm just scared to be positive. I'm scared to be happy about things going the right way. And then I'm working myself up, thinking how bad Monday is going to be. You know, reading all these stories about how painful HSG can be if your tubes are blocked. But every story is different. Everyone's got different, like, handle pain differently. And then you read the stories when women are saying that if your tubes are blocked, you have all this really bad pain. And I'm thinking, what if I have bad pain, but it's just because I have pain, but they're not blocked? I'm just like shitting myself that I'm gonna lay there on Monday having my test done, and I'm just going to be a mess, laying there and crying my eyes out and panicking and kicking and screaming, and I don't know how I'm going to react if we get good news, and I don't know how I'm going to react if we get bad news. Like, I'm more prepared for bad news than a good one. So yeah, I said a long time ago that I'm gonna make videos on this channel talking about my feelings, about my infertility journey, my fears, and my ups and downs and all that. So I think this is video about my downs. So I hope I'm not the only one who feels like this. If you've ever felt like this and you've been through the same thing that I'm going through, and you have some idea how to make it a bit easier, better, please let me know. Because at the moment I'm a mess, and I'm kind of not coping with all these emotions and fears and all that. So yeah, if you ever felt like I feel it now, and you find the way to deal with it, let me know. I'll see you soon, hopefully with a more positive video.